Well, we're starting our latest tour. This one we're calling the Bourbon and Whiskey Tour, since we're going to be in Kentucky and Tennessee. So our first stop is in Nashville. We'll be visiting our Nashville terminal. We started this terminal about 5-6 years ago when we acquired the business of a new customer for us. And so this terminal was started to specifically support them, and it's grown since then. So looking forward to meeting the team in Nashville as we start our Bourbon and Whiskey Tour. So our Nashville operation is co-located at CSX, our parent company, and we're right there where we facilitate a lot of the transport for our major customer in the area. So I got to spend time with Arlen, who oversees this terminal. She's out of Calvert City. And then Steve, who's our on-site shuttle guy. He'll do some actual over-the-road moves as well. And he's actually the son of one of the key guys at one of our customers. So nice meeting him, nice meeting Arlen. And it was a good visit in Nashville to start our Bourbon and Whiskey Tour. Our next stop is Memphis. And Memphis is overseen by James Roswell. And we have a great operation here. We do a lot of different work here. It supports a number of customers in the Memphis area, parts of Mississippi, parts of Arkansas. Good operation, a newly renovated area with the shop. So I'm anxious to see it. I haven't seen this facility for quite some time, especially since we made some changes there. So I'm looking forward to meeting with the team in Memphis as we continue our Bourbon and Whiskey Tour. This is, I believe, the very first terminal I ever visited 14 and a half years ago when I joined Quality, and back in April of 2010. And it was an amazing experience today to see the transformation of this facility. First of all, it's probably our largest physical shop that we probably have in our entire company. Multiple bays, 8 to 10 once we do some more renovations. But it's an incredible amount of activity that happens here. So it's on President's Island in the middle of the river. It's about 14 or 15 acres. Tons of trailer parking. Got to meet with James, our terminal manager, James Broswell, joined us a year or so ago. Does a great job, came from one of our competitors. A lot of the staff that I got to meet, Rodney's been around a long time. He goes back to when it was an affiliate operation. Got to meet the rest of the office personnel, catching up with a lot of people that I met years ago, and to see them again. Then got to go into the shop and meet with JD and Tyler out of our St. Louis operations, Jimmy, the local shop manager, a number of the mechanics, including Larry, been a mechanic for many, many, many decades. What an inspiring man. He has 10 children, 13 grandchildren, born and raised in Memphis. Just one of these just solid guys. It was really a real privilege to meet him. And then just walking through the shop, I mean, how we've transformed this, the investments in fall protection, future expansions. We have the ability to add a few more bays. We've got a dozen shop personnel, but it can even be much bigger. We've got some outbuildings that we're trying to figure out what we want to do with them. There's a lot of good ideas. But also at this operation, we actually store all of the aircraft and runway de-icer for Federal Express, FedEx, at the Memphis airport. We have 350,000 or so gallons that we use during the winter, obviously, to keep their planes moving. We even have hookups here on the river for barges and towboats to basically anchor there. So it's an incredibly diverse operation with so many opportunities for even further growth. So the shop is humming, great people there. The terminal is buzzing. It was just really an exceptional experience. So I really appreciate everybody there. Ellen, who oversees a number of our terminals, she was up from Fort Worth. So a great visit, a great second stop. This is our first stop in Kentucky. We're going to our Calvert City operation. We took this over from one of our affiliates about 8 or 9 years ago as they retired from the business. You don't often think of Kentucky as having a large chemical presence, but there's a few areas that it's fairly strong. One is Calvert City, and then a little bit later we'll head up to Louisville. So we've had an operation here for many, many, many years. It's a great operation. We're going to see Arlen and her team. Calvert City has a number of major chemical shippers there. There's kind of a cluster of 4 or 5 pretty significant chemical plants that we service. So I got to meet with Arlene and her team, including Megan and Rebecca, and then spent some time in the shop with Dwayne. And what was really nice is that this is a recent R-Stamp certified shop for us. But our challenge here is we don't really have enough space. We only have 2 trailer bays and then 2 shorter bays for trucks. And with our new R-Stamp, we really need more. So what was really exciting was to hear the enthusiasm of Arlen and Dwayne and Johnny talking about some of the possibilities of how we could make this a larger location. The market would support it here. So they gave me some ideas on that property, some other properties in the area to consider. And I really like the idea of trying to expand this operation and really set us for the long-term success here in Calvert City. But it was really just inspiring to hear the folks at the terminal really thinking about the long term and what we could do here. So it was really an excellent discussion. I love their enthusiasm. And then while we were there, I got to see Johnny's pride and joy. He has a '64 Plymouth Valiant, restored vehicle in outstanding shape. He offered to take me for a ride in it. I did decline, but I did get to sit in it, and what a fantastic car from kind of the golden age of U.S. automaking. It was just a beautiful car, really fun visit, and really a great stop at Calvert City. We're on our way to our final stop on the Bourbon and Whiskey Tour. This is to our Louisville, Kentucky location. We took this over from one of our affiliates a little over 2 years ago, another successful operation. So we're looking forward to meeting the team there. I got to meet with Brian, the TM there, a lot of the shop personnel, including Ben, who oversees the shop, Dave, who takes care of some of our most critical equipment for one of our core customers, all the shop team, great group of people. Also got to spend some time with Bill Ledbetter. Bill was a driver for over 50 years, but was with us a good portion of those years. We talked about the first drive he ever did. He was actually moving biscuits on a refrigerated move from New Albany, Indiana, which is just across the river from Louisville, all the way to Hickory, North Carolina. So that would have been probably 54, 55 years ago. He's moving into the office the last couple of years as a driver manager for us, or overseeing some drivers, and really does a great job. It was really nice catching up with him and learning about his 50 years of driving. The shop there is outstanding shop. Like many of our shops, could use more space. One of the unique things they do there is one of our major customers here is one of the larger refrigerants maker for air conditioning systems and that. So they have a lot of specialized equipment that we maintain for them. We do a great job for them. The shop is completely committed to them. And it was a great finale to our Bourbon and Whiskey Tour. Great stop in Louisville. Looking forward to the next trip, but this was an outstanding overall tour. Great visits, great personnel, and huge opportunities for us to continue to grow.